Good evening, basketball world. We are TheCrossCourt. So, as we can see, andito yung ating NBA starting point guards from the 30 NBA teams. So, today we will just categorize them kung anong level sila. I-judge natin sila based on their stats and ang contribution nila sa kanilang current team. Or siguro magbigay rin tayo ng konting bias sa kanilang playing years before for the veterans. So, let's start. Malcolm Brogdon, guys, from the Indiana Pacers. For me, he is an all-star. No doubt. All-star caliber stats siya. Nag-show na siya na signs nung sa Indiana pa siya. Being in the 50-40-90 club and currently nasa Pacers siya. Siguro may injury siya konti pero every time makalaro siya kay malaking contribution siya sa, malaking asset siya sa Indiana Pacers. Up next is Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, for me, kaya dapat All-NBA to si Kyle Lowry knowing na NBA champion siya. Knowing na puso siya mag-defense. But still, I will put him in the All-Star category. Siguro kulang na siguro na isa pang breakout season from Kyle Lowry para ma-belong siya sa All-NBA para sa akin. Pero Kyle Lowry is a big part of the Raptors franchise. Up next is Mike Conley. Mike Conley, especially sa kanyang sa kanyang grit and grind years, kay isa siyang all-star. He's always been an all-star but he was never named as an all-star. Though he was paid as an all-star, played like an all-star, but he was never named as an all-star. So, let's give him the benefit of the doubt na ilagay siya sa ating all-star na level. So, congrats to Mr. Conley. Derrick Rose for me is a solid starter. Siguro back in his playing years, siguro sa Chicago Bulls, kay no doubt, para sa akin, superstar siya. But, knowing na since ang injury niya kay nag-affect sa kanyang laro till making a comeback, at least last year naka 50 points siya with Minnesota. But I believe siguro malay natin kung malagay siya sa isang winning team, kaya pwede na rin siya maging all-star or all-NBA. But I doubt na babalik ko sa kanyang superstar level, but let's just hope for the best for Mr. Derrick Rose. Up next is Eric Bledsoe. Siguro sa Eric Bledsoe, ilagay ko siya sa solid starter din. Si Eric Bledsoe kaya niya maging all-star but hindi ko siya ma-trust sa playoffs. He is a big part of Milwaukee Bucks helping Giannis being in the number 1 in the Eastern Conference but hindi ko siya ma-trust sa playoffs. So, Eric Bledsoe, solid starter. Up next is Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray for me is an all-star. Big deal para sa akin na everyone expects na you won't make the playoffs, but currently he is currently fighting for that number 8 spot alongside Jaren Jackson and Dillon Brooks. And siguro malay natin next year breakout season ni Jamal Murray, he will be an all-star. So, yes sir. Up next is Steph Curry. Steph Curry, no doubt one of the most influential player in the NBA. 3 rings and holds probably, arguably, the greatest shooter of all time. Superstar. Up next is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook for me is a superstar but he always chokes in the playoffs. So, ilagay natin siya an all-NBA. And para sa akin, si Russell Westbrook, kaya kung saan siya, kung currently he's in the Houston Rockets and I really love the idea of that small ball. Kay 5 out, tapos advantage to kay Westbrook to capitalize na walang help, walang big man sa ilalim kasi nasa labas lahat kay si PJ Tucker. Ever since na-implement yung small ball, kay bumalik siya sa kanyang pagiging beast broke back in OKC. Up next is Pat Beverley. Pat Beverley for me is a solid starter. Pat Beverley is a two-way player na grabe ka-annoying mag-defense but kailangan niya ng team and I believe na he deserves that solid starter level. Up next is Lebron James. No doubt siguro kay superstar din si Lebron James. For the Lebron James haters yan, siguro ilagay pa rin nila si Lebron James at a lower level. But ako, hindi ako hater. Magaling na talaga si Lebron, so he deserves the superstar level. Dapat si Rondo yan, pero it makes sense na si Lebron ang nakalagay sa Lakers na starting point guard because he can play all positions. Up next is Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn for me is a solid starter, no doubt, because he is the perfect point guard for Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. He plays his role well, and as an undrafted rookie, na-exceed niya ang expectations ng mga tao. Up next is D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell for me is an all-star. Siguro this year he wasn't an all-star siguro, but he still continues to improve each year. So, I believe na if maging consistent siya, kaya niya mag-exceed sa all-star. Up next is Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball for me should be an all-star, but he's not quite there yet. So, lagyan niya sa solid starter. Alley-oops from half-court. Siguro kailangan niya ng... I believe that Lonzo Ball should score more. Next is... Sorry. Elfrid Payton. I'm so sorry, Knicks fans. I'm so sorry, Stephen A. Smith. Edric Silva. I'm sorry, guys. Knicks fans. Well. Up next is CP3. CP3 for me should be a superstar. But, knowing na decline na rin siya ngayon, and he proves na he's still in the All-NBA because mas mataas ang standing ngayon ng OKC kaysa sa Rockets, and big deal yan sa akin, and he is monikered as the point guard, so I believe that he deserves this level. Up next is Markelle Fultz. I'm so sad Markelle Fultz didn't make a comeback this year, but at least nag-improve siya compared sa kanyang season last year. But yeah, siguro in the few upcoming seasons he will improve more. Next is Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio for me is a solid starter, no doubt, because he contributes to the team kahit saan siya mapunta, from Wolves to Utah to Phoenix Suns, and I believe na he is a defensive player, so what more can you ask from a point guard, from their passing, scoring, and also a defense. So he is really an asset kung saan siya mapunta ng team. Up next is Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons for me is an All-NBA. Bata pa siya. Siguro he needs to improve his shooting, siguro his confidence in shooting. If makaya niya yun, kaya niya rin maging LeBron level para sa akin. Up next is Damian Lillard. For me, he should be a superstar, but he always chokes on the playoffs. So, lagay ko siya sa All-NBA. But, malay natin in no time siguro. Maybe next season or next season. Kay era na ni Damian Lillard. Up next is De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox for me is his all-star. He provides all-star caliber stats. He provides all-star caliber stats to the Sacramento Kings, and he can be the franchise player of the Sacramento Kings. Up next is DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray, para sa akin, isang solid starter. Solid starter si DeJounte Murray para sa akin. He improves each year, knowing na under siya kay Popovich, and binigay niya sa kanya ang point guard na susi ni Tony Parker. I believe na DeJounte Murray, marami pa siya mabuga. Okay, up next is, sorry guys, at first hindi ko siya nakilala, pero si Ish Smith pala siya. Ish Smith. Akala ko si IT ang dapat na point guard sa Wizards, siya yung all-star before, but na-remember ko nag-release pala, i-trade siya tapos i-release. So, titingnan ko na yung stats ni Ish Smith, and it wasn't that impressive, so lagay ko siya sa bench. So up next is Trae Young. For me, Trae Young is an All-NBA. All-NBA siya for me because gabi niya ka-valuable sa Atlanta Hawks, and kaya magbalik ng Atlanta Hawks sa playoffs as long as nandyan si Trae Young and masarang siya ng good players. Up next is Kemba Walker, also an All-NBA. Para sa akin, mas naging mas naging effective siya kaysa kay Kyrie Irving nung nasa Boston si Kyrie. And I believe that Kemba Walker, marami pa siyang pwede mabuga knowing na he is the leading scorer in Charlotte Hornets. And number 2 I believe number 2 ata ngayon ng Boston sa East. Kung hindi number 2 kay number 3. Up next, very inconsistent Kyrie Irving. Para sa akin, kaya ni Kyrie Irving maging superstar, but because of inconsistency sa playoffs, lagay ko lang siya sa All-NBA. Nasad ko for Kyrie Irving because hanggang semis na sila last year na dapat nag-abot sila ng Eastern Conference Finals. Pero I believe na kaya pa rin ni Kyrie mag-make ng comeback. Siguro dahil din siguro sa injuries, bakit ma-hold back siya sa kanyang full potential. Up next is Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier for me is a bench. Grabe, disappointing masyado si Terry Rozier. Sadly, hindi niya na-live up ang kanyang hype. Pero I hope na the next year siguro kung paano siya maglaro, gano'n siya binayaran ni Michael Jordan. MJ. Up next is Satoransky. Satoransky for me is bench siguro. Bench siya sa akin because knowing kung saan na ngayon ang Chicago Bulls. Siguro dapat si Kobe White ito. Kobe White dapat ang starting point guard nila. Pero parang 6-man yata si Kobe White. So, I'm sorry, Satoransky. Bench lang kita ngayon. Up next is the young bull, Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton dapat dapat si Darius Garlando, but knowing si Colin Sexton ang nakalagay dito, solid starter siya sa akin knowing na 18 to 20 points per game siya, and siguro in how many years siguro mag-improve siya and maybe become an all-star someday. Up next, Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is a superstar. Luka Doncic is a superstar, period. Tingnan natin sa playoffs. Chatted ako. And lastly, Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray for me should be an all-star. Pero kulang pa siya. Last year, he scored 48 points. Kaya niya maging all-star. Pero solid starter, patapat siya. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Again, this is all-star. So, if you have your own opinion, please share below. As always, we have been CrossCourt, and so are you. Thank you.